Routine passport services and expedited passport services are back. A lot of you have been asking for a passport update, but I was waiting until I actually had something useful or new to share. Processing times are still not as fast as they were pre-pandemic, but the current options are a lot better than the painful wait that many of you experienced this summer. So let's dive into the details. For more updates like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. On October 1st, the State Department announced that routine passport services are now available and you can expect to get your passport back in 10 to 12 weeks. You can also pay an expedited fee of $60 to get your passport back in 4 to 6 weeks. You can find the link to the passport alert from the State Department in the description below. Now, pre-pandemic, routine passport processing times were 6 to 8 weeks, so we aren't back to that level yet, but a lot more passport agencies and centers are now open. While this is the official timeline on their website, a lot of people across the country have been getting their passports much faster, anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks without even expediting it. What expediting gets you is a guarantee that you will get your passport in 4 to 6 weeks, but it could actually come sooner. Here's what we're actually seeing in the country. As you can see, Wesley applied for his passport from San Diego in mid-August, and it was sent to an Arizona facility, and he received his passport back in early October. Now, Tina applied from New Jersey, and her passport was sent to the New Hampshire facility. She also received her passport back in 1 month. If you're interested in seeing what other people in the country are experiencing, check out the comment section underneath my prior video, which was a July update for passports, and you'll see thousands of comments from people that have been sharing their experience of their passport timelines. As for the backlog, the State Department says that they have completed processing applications that were received in June or before. So if you applied for a passport in June or before and haven't yet received it back, you should call the National Passport Information Center and see what's going on. I know sometimes when you call this number, they aren't very helpful and it seems like the other person could care less about your passport. But if they aren't giving you any information about your passport, you can now ask to actually upgrade your application and expedite it and pay the $60 to get it back within 4 to 6 weeks. In fact, anybody that is currently waiting on a passport and has a pending application can call the National Passport Information Center and make a request to expedite your passport. The majority of passport agencies and centers in the country are now in phase 2 or phase 3, but because they are in different stages of opening, some agencies and centers are still processing July applications, whereas others are already in August and September. This is why you're seeing the difference in timelines across the country. Well, some people are getting their passports back in a month or less, and others are taking a little longer. Now, you can't control which passport agency or center your passport application will end up at, but if you're lucky, you might end up somewhere where you get your passport back in 2 to 3 weeks. Like I've said in other videos, just because you live in one state does not mean that your passport application will necessarily get processed there. It may actually get sent to a faster facility in another state. So I wouldn't worry too much about the phases of the agencies and things like that now that we're starting to inch back to normal processing times. If you've been waiting to apply for your passport or renew it, now would be a good time to do so, and you could pay the $60 fee to have your passport expedited and get it back in 4 to 6 weeks or even sooner. To learn how to apply for your first passport or renew your passport, check out these 2 videos. They walk you through the process step by step. Just ignore the timelines because these are timelines pre-pandemic, but the process is still the same. Nothing has changed. In-person services at passport centers and agencies are still limited to those who have a life or death emergency situation and need a passport to travel in the next 72 hours. The State Department says that they will open up appointments for other urgent travel needs that are not just life and death soon, but they haven't committed to a date, so we're not sure when exactly that will happen. Lastly, if you're stuck abroad and your passport is expiring or has already expired, go to the website of the nearest U.S. embassy or consulate. They usually have a passport services section for U.S. citizens and just follow those instructions. If the embassy or U.S. consulate near you is currently closed, there usually is a phone number or email address. Use that to contact them and let them know that you have an urgent need for a passport. So, quick recap. The State Department is now offering expedited passport services for $60, which will get you your passport back in 4 to 6 weeks or perhaps even sooner. If you've already applied and have a pending application, you can call the National Passport Information Center and make a request to upgrade your application and get it expedited. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button below, subscribe to our channel, and share this with anybody that needs to see it. I hope you all get your passports back soon so that you can get on with your travels.